So, here I am, relaxing in my house. It's almost 11 p.m. at night, doing what I normally do. Nothing new. And you are still you, a liar, a deceiver, not worth air to breathe. I meant what I said earlier. I meant what I said. When it comes to family, I don't have any. None. In Virginia, like I said, I don't talk to them. I barely shared little bits of pieces of information about my marriage with them. It's not a big deal because I also didn't involve myself in their relationships. All of their relationships. They took the time to invest in mine. When my grandmother passed away, I prayed to her for protection. They hated me for that. They have hated me for always honoring my ancestors. I'm not going to stop. Native Americans are in this country and they don't pray to no God. They're not religious. They consult with their ancestors. So you want to discriminate against me for consulting against mine, with mine? Asian people do it. They don't pray to a God either. They give thanks to their ancestors. And if they think of something and they want something, they go to their ancestors. You hated me and you hated my ancestors. Pay the price. Jaffa Abu Beha, the Jezebel, the Siren, and the rest of you guys have stolen my information. They know it at Franklin County Court. They know it, 100% they know it. There's no question about it. They know that they stole my identity. As far as the comments, I'm not going to respond. It's the same people who used to come into the comments when I was at the gym or whenever I would go live. Calm down. Not doing it. Not doing it. I'm going to keep on doing what I want. And that's to talk about you. See, I can talk to you to your face. And you know not to come within 3 feet of me because you know for a fact you're a falsehood. I'm going to look at you in your eye and all the goons you send my way, and I'm going to call them out for it. I know what Jaffa has done. I know what him and his whole group have done. Signing my name to contracts, illegally surveillancing me in my home as I make this video, following me around town, putting me on the black web without on any of my permission. I've never been on the black web. I've never had a MyFans account, an OnlyFans account, or a fan period in my fucking home. Jaffa is the proof of that. There was no fans in my home, okay? All right? I don't live that way. I didn't live that way in the past. The feds know that I have worked 2 jobs. I have always worked, and there is no money to be made on the side. I ain't no side nothing. I'm the whole entree, the whole plate, and everything else. I'm not a server. You are. You guys serve a lot more than what I do. My whole life, I'm 42. I didn't serve anybody when I was 20. I didn't serve anybody when I was 30. I didn't serve anybody when I was 40. Now, I cannot help what I do not know. Jaffa was not a citizen majority of our marriage. Why would I give him permission to do anything? He connected with people who were using my information already, and instead of telling me and being honest, he also sided with them and joined their group. So how can you trash a 42-year-old woman who's never been a criminal, who doesn't live no way that you're talking about? It doesn't happen. But you can buy people, and that's exactly what happened. People in Virginia were bought to betray me, 100%. That's what it was. They never involved themselves in my other relationships. But as soon as I got married, they couldn't wait to jump on this because they thought, oh, pockets, pockets, pockets. Knowing damn well I live humble. I have always lived within my means. Always. There's never been a time where I have not. Imagine me not doing that. Every single dollar that I've spent from my bank accounts, not the fake ones that he has created, not the fake ones that he said I had access to, not the fake ones that he deposited fraudulent funds into. He's the criminal. I have no reason to go to Bank of America. None. Sorry. Never was a part of it. But he sold my identity to multiple people overseas to crash my identity, while him and his family stole money to do things here, to start businesses here, to have money go overseas for amla oil for Sana Ass Guy. Sana Ass Guy was sitting there on LinkedIn sending me messages from Pakistan. She literally hacked into the little Twitter page I had and sent videos, explicit videos of men, as if that would change me. That's y'all. I ain't gotta change. Why would I change? Why would I change? It's y'all that gotta cut my YouTube clips. It's y'all that has to reduce my views in the algorithms of YouTube, however you wanna call it. If you looked at my YouTube channel, you would see that I put normal stuff on there because I'm a normal individual. Normal in my house, normal everywhere else. They said what about me? They said I was what? I do what for money? Bitch, please. Grow the fuck up. Steal this video and then go make some other money because that's all y'all are doing. Anything that he gave y'all permission to do was illegal. Him signing my name was illegal. Y'all signing my name was illegal. I have no business partners. I've never had any business partners. I've never given anyone permission to use my name. As far as my parents, again, I said, my father was a crackhead. Time we was young, time I grew up, time I was in my 20s, 30s, all of that. He was nothing but a crackhead. Get over yourself. From the West Side. All of y'all are gang members. That's what you are. You're gang members. And you try to act like I was or I was involved. Not a damn day in my fucking life. My bank account is proof of what I do. My travel plans have never changed. It's the same shit every day. I will not change, okay? I don't have to. Getting back to the history. I was born in 1983. My father is 10 years younger than my mother. It was a situation where the man was wanted more than me, the child. I was her middle child. She had 7 kids. She got 6 baby daddies. Doesn't mean I don't love her. I have given nothing but love and respect to my mother. There's no other proof outside of that, other than some lies they have told. Back in May, some man followed me to Kroger's in Bexley. May, June, followed me to Kroger's in Bexley. And when I left, he told me for a fact that everyone in Virginia was laughing at me because Jaffa is sleeping with my sister and others in my estranged family and been fucking them for 2 years. They have the money and all the assets to prove it. Jaffa brought no money in this house. Everything in here is mine. That's what they did. So my mother turned her back on me so that she could help these fools. My family, my brothers and sisters, turned their back on me so that they could help these fools. Now, when their kids were struggling, when they were struggling because they were doing drugs and they dated drug dealers, I did not. I don't have a reason to. I helped them. I loved my nieces and nephews. The proof is in my Cash App, how much I loved them, how much I sent them money every single week because their parents was drinking and doing drugs. Not me. I haven't lived down there since I was 18, didn't want to go back. It's Lynchburg, Virginia. Who the fuck's going back to Lynchburg, Virginia? Stop the cap. Stop the cap. And like I said, y'all have never helped me with anything. I didn't need it. You're upset because I'm independent, because my bills ain't never been cut off. Because I ain't never been evicted. Huh? Who can say that they have helped me? You cannot. You were not in a position to help me. My mother would be satisfied if all her kids were sitting in jail like both of my brothers. As far as my other brothers on the estranged side, they done been to jail for shooting up lots of places for years. They've been to jail for drugs. My older sister, she 45 fucking years old and got caught with 400 and some grams of fentanyl in Virginia. An open container, driving without a license, weed, all of that. It has nothing to do with me. So when they saw me get married and they saw me get my happiness and they saw me off to the races, they said, no, we gonna stop that. We gonna get in her way. She don't know it. We've been getting in her way for a long time. And that's what they did. They got in my way. Behind my back, Jaffa did a million things to destroy my name, to destroy my life. He could not wait to do it. His family told him because I was black, I was a slave and I was meant to work. He was not supposed to help me. So he got fooled by a chameleon when I was giving him real love, honesty, and truth, the things a wife is supposed to do, because I'm a wife. I'm not a side piece. I am a woman. I am a wife. Honey, y'all sleep around with people's husbands. Y'all sleep around and wreck people's lives. So you wanted to lie and say that we were all somewhere together? Where, ho? Where? I never introduced you to my husband. You slid in his DMs. That's what you did. And he was happy to oblige you. Y'all did all of this behind my back. In May, when I went to Virginia last year, they told me, oh, he's gonna kill you, he's gonna kill you. How? You don't know him. But they were right. He was poisoning my food. And when he hit the road and got in that damn semi-truck, he gave the keys to some other people down the street here, these Mexicans that live a couple of doors down, to continue to poison me. The neighbor next door to continue to poison me and hack into my IP address. Because Jaffa, along with these other men, were faking this Facebook account. I don't have Facebook. Since when? I don't have Instagram. I definitely never had that. These dating pages and stuff he created and that his group created during our marriage was to further the relationships he had in the background. I have given a lot of information to the police, but because they have been doing so many things behind my back, and they use someone with the key to the city to also help falsify information, they have silenced my voice. It's cool. Silence speaks volumes, babe. It speaks volumes. Y'all are criminals. I wouldn't dare do anything to destroy my name. I didn't need a business partner. I don't have one. Jaffa was never my business partner. And like I said, we signed a marriage license. He breached that. He couldn't wait to breach that. So him and his family could make money. And so also he could pay the other people in my family to backstab me too. I don't talk to any of them. Mm-mm. For what? You better talk to that Jezebel. She the one who silenced y'all and got y'all fucked up. You better talk to that Jezebel and them fuckmans. Them fuckmans. They keep calling my phone. Because when I Google the number and then that last name show up in Google, you ought to be ashamed of yourself. You didn't have my last number. You didn't have my new number. I don't deal with y'all. Have not spoke to y'all in 8 years or more. There is no time we've ever come across each other's paths. They were trying to make it seem like we were talking so that there was a reason on how my husband was introduced to my estranged family member, and while he's been taking care of her, he bought her a Mercedes, okay? He didn't do anything to help me. He made excuses the whole marriage. When I met him, he was a mechanic. Within a couple of weeks, he lost that job. He got another job as a mechanic. In another month or two, he got another job as a mechanic and building little homes and a little playground or something like that off of Dublin Road. He didn't have much. I was the one who had. He did pay half the bills. I paid half the bills. That's what happened. When he wanted to go to trucking school, I supported him. He was able to be successful under me because I supported him. He went to trucking school. That was cool. I didn't know he had already had 3 bitches in the background, along with another young bitch that's driving that Toyota Corolla constantly past my house. But he did. I went out of town to celebrate for my birthday. He had 2 bitches in my home. When I was gone last year in the winter and I wasn't home, they pulled up at my house on a Ring camera and was in my house sneaking around with him when I was gone. Now you know. Now you know. Anybody that's willing to let somebody come in your home, do whatever in your bed, see you 2 hours later and smile up in your face is a crooked ass motherfucker. But like I said, I'll keep my crook and flail. I'm not y'all. Jaffa has done something to where YouTube can cut my videos. I have never signed any of my channels over to anyone in this group or to anyone, period. This particular channel I'm talking on, I created it November 5th, 2015. My grandmother passed away November 5th, 2022. Everything that I have done and everything that I spoke with my grandparents about is living proof in me. I didn't need permission for that. I didn't need to talk to anybody about that because I've been on my own, and there's nothing wrong with that. Plenty of people are doing things on their own. They don't need mom, dad, brother, sister, auntie, uncle, niece, nephew. They don't need it. They don't need cousins. But I'm glad that you dug in my backyard because you didn't realize how consistent it was. It's been the same shit I done lived for 15, 20 years. I ain't had no reason to change. So then y'all come up in my life because of this whoremonger, because of this thief, this deceiver. Jaffa is committing domestic terrorism, international terrorism. He's committing crimes crossing state lines constantly. Because somebody on the estranged side of the family has somebody that work in the courthouse because of who my was involved with. A bunch of losers. They're not me. Right? You're not a hura. You're not me. But you had no problem poisoning my food, poisoning my fish tank water, poisoning my bird food. You had no problem putting chemicals in my hair products because y'all were laughing about it. Y'all laughed about it. You sat there and watched me drink poison, not realizing that I've had 15 years of dental records completely. See? Because of the poison, I lost 2 teeth. That's what happened. But they didn't care about that. I had medical records on file. They said I had mental health issues. How? If I was diagnosed with a mental health issue, wouldn't I get Medicaid for help? Wouldn't I have appointments? You're wrong. I already had Ohio Medicaid, and it was for my severe hypoglycemia, not because of some terminal disease. False. I have health medical records on file that will refute anything that you could ever try. Along with your lies, I can refute those. So because they were doing things behind my back and I didn't know, they had to come up with a plan to commit medical fraud behind my back. They used family to do it. They used estranged family members to do it. How? Y'all have never been there for me. Y'all have never been there for me. Again, my Chase bank account is proof that even when I've lived in my houses, I've paid my rent 2, 3, 4 months in advance. That's what they will see from commissions I received from a job working 40 hours a week. That's it. Jaffa got involved with so many people, and each one of these groups he got involved with, he paid a debt to. He owed a debt to them, messing with their little sisters. Some people set him up directly so that they could make sure that he wouldn't come up out of the water. And when it came to his family, they helped guide him and train him on how to treat a black woman like a slave. That's what they thought. Why am I Kemetic? Why should I not be? Of course I'm Kemet. Do you know that in Islam, the Quran, it says that Queen Sheba and her people were dogs and worshiping like dogs? That's what they think about black people. That's what they think about Queen Sheba. Dogs. So whatever y'all jumped in for money, y'all became hellhounds already to a pack of dogs. Not me. Just remember, I didn't put you there. They did. They wanted money. They wanted access. They wanted resources. That Jezebel, you a build-up bitch. How many thugs are your baby daddies? Rest in peace to the one that's gone. How about that? Rest in peace to the one that's gone. He told me what you did. I never seen anybody in the afterlife with blood on their hands except for him, because he was fighting demons down there because of the shit you was doing up here. He was doing what he could. Wow. You guys are losers. You really lost your game. What ancestors are here to protect you? I gained over 1,500 because of the amount of people that have helped Jaffa and this group steal from me. I have over 1,500 ancestors. What do y'all got? Each other, right? Keep it. The rest of the world don't need y'all. Don't need y'all. What y'all thought y'all was happy? So they tried to take me out so that when me and him get divorced and he married that hoe, I wouldn't come back and sue. They were trying to do everything to destroy my life. They talked about putting bombs on my car, blowing up my house, coming to where I go to, which is the same places for 15 years, and doing something to me there. Some of them have achieved that. They have been able to go to a few of these places around here and get them to poison my food because they're showing them videos, fake videos of me. We go to divorce court December 1st. For anybody that wants to be there, me and Jaffa will be at Franklin County Courthouse December 1st. So if you guys want to be in the lobby again, you want to be out there mocking my clothes again, you can. It ain't gonna change nothing. It ain't gonna change nothing. Like I said, I don't talk to him. I don't talk to his lawyer. I haven't seen them since October 10th. Don't want to be bothered with them because they liars. And they committed fraud. That's it. Bottom line. They did all of this for money. There's no other reason and there's no other answer. Jaffa and the 161ers up north, when they created these fake Facebook pages, part of it was for their good because they needed it to look like I was complicit to whatever it was that they were doing. Don't you know, my mother called me and she said, oh, they have you were at a Christmas party and you were there. What Christmas party? What are you even talking about? She was even faking conversations. And this is why I tell you, ain't nothing wrong with loving people who hate you. There ain't nothing wrong with it. I was hated because I looked like my grandmother. And she couldn't stand her. Sorry. Not sorry. I'm gonna always trust my grandparents. They were there for me when nobody else was. And they're still here for me, and there's nobody else here. So, you committed a crime. You framed me in my job. I sent that email. I don't care what they say, because the proof is in me. It's in me. What y'all have gotten away with these crimes, every person in the authorities knows that I would never do anything like this. But they had to placate y'all because they know y'all are the criminals. Oh, and because y'all have a family, and because you have kids, and you have a connection, and this is what I'm doing, and this is what she did. Prove it. No. Prove it for real. And you can't prove it when the person that you're trying to villainize is someone you lied about. But again, I didn't know. I go to work and I come home. How am I supposed to know that there's crimes going on in the background? I'm not associated with criminals. At least I didn't think I was. But Jaffa and the girl that work at the... So let me tell you, I put a girl's picture on my YouTube channel the other day. This woman drives a black Honda. She's the one that's been going around to these convenience stores and telling people, oh, don't mess with her. She's a thief. She's a whore. She's selling her body. Her husband don't want her because she had all the information from Jaffa. All of these lies. And this same bitch created a LinkedIn profile with my name on it. Bitch, you could never be Jessica Younger. You could never be. Look at your ugly face. And what they said about me, right? That I hide how and where. I've been in the public, the public for 20 years. Ain't nothing to hide. Since when? The only reason people work with y'all was because they gained connections, because they gained some money out of it. That's it. That is completely it. Jaffa signed my name to exploit me with my enemies up north. Because a jealous white woman was up there who was dating an ex of mine. From 2013 to 17, I dated this ex. When I looked at this girl online and I found her information, if you were messing with him back then, that means he was messing with a minor, honey. So you want to come after me because he was dating other black women and you're white and you're jealous and you're mad and you're upset. You want to find somebody to pick on. So this hoe put cameras in my house. She literally broke into my house when I lived in Whitehall and put cameras in my house and started surveillancing me and stealing all my ideas, stealing everything. So when I got married in 2023, this was against their plans. Whatever plans and shit they've been doing in the background. So they contacted Jaffa with those blue eyes and the hair in the fake ass bun, the overweight clown posse. Bitch, lose weight. And pay attention to your kids. Or the other 14 kids that your baby daddy really got. I guess it feel good with them cars in that big house. You stole it. You stole everything. So they slid in his DMs. He took the bait. He couldn't wait. It is what it is. Here I am living my life all happy, honky-dory, not knowing what's going on. In November, I started getting gang stalked. November 2024, I'm getting gang stalked. These people come into tour at my job. They come into the gym. They come, even if I go to the gym across town, they showing up. If I go to the nail place, they showing up. The woman in the black Toyota that works with the cartel, the Toyota Corolla with the glasses and the bushy ass hair, was literally at the nail shop in September, bragging about how long her and Joff have been together. Oh my God, they've been together since basically, I want to say June 2023. He been taking care of her, buying her little shit. She was going to his jobs to see him. These little odd jobs he was working now. She was going to go see him over there. She's still around. He can't get rid of everybody. Some of y'all ain't smart because the black ones, he was poisoning y'all too. He just made y'all fall in love. Y'all fell in love. I didn't fall in love. I loved him. See, my heart at 39 was already full of love. I knew how to love. I didn't have to fall in love. I already knew what I was made of, and I gave that my entire marriage. The doubt that restrains me. Now listen here. A person has doubt, right? The healthy doubt that restrains my heart, I released to get to know Jaffa. That was my mistake in this marriage. I didn't make 1,000 mistakes. I didn't make 100 mistakes. The mistake I made up front was to release my doubt and choose to love. I paid the price for that. But again, I had it to give. I was strong enough for it, built for tough. Huh. Yeah. I have always taken my life seriously. So when the delicateness of our marriage was up front, of course, we took things slow. This involved growth. It involved 2 different families. It involved us taking time so that we could work towards his citizenship. He was stealing all along. His family told him, she's black, don't do anything for her. She's 40 years old, don't do anything for her. She's lived her life. No, bitch, I lived my life great. You didn't. You laid on your back in the desert and had your kids taking care of you when your husband should have been taking care of you. It wasn't my husband's job to do that, okay? But you wanted that so that he could treat me like a slave while you guys got riches. One day I was on the phone with his sister, and we was all in here on FaceTime, and we was talking and shit. And I had some grills in my mouth. She thought Jaffa bought me that gold. When I tell you she told him go outside, and she gave him a lashing up one side and down the other because she thought he bought me a piece of jewelry. That was during Ramadan back in March. Because she thought he bought me a piece of jewelry. Because she thought. No, bitch, I take care of myself, ho. You stay over there in the desert where you belong. Since Jaffa is connected with my estranged family and they all have these marriages hooked up so that other people can get married in his family and in their friends group to my estranged family members, y'all think y'all gonna keep this shit going? Just like they watched me and they still watching me, they watching y'all. Let me tell you what goes around comes around. The years that I spent being a security officer, 3rd shift, watching people on CCTV, watching everything, watching all of their moves, that is what has wrapped back around in my life when it comes to y'all. Of course, something good was going to come out in the end. I did good 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Who has been in my way to make me a bad person? Nobody. I'm not influenced by peers. I'm not influenced by family. I never have been. I give respect where respect is due. And even if I don't like you, I respect myself enough to never act like you. Not even a little bit. That puny Jezebel could never. Girl, how many kids you got now? How many abortions you done had? You had your first one when you was 13. You had another one when you was 14, and I told you not to do it. Jaffa and these women have brought nothing but abortions into this marriage, meaning they brought death into my life. Not just by poisoning food, not just by trying to kill me to keep me from seeing what they had going on, all these businesses they created, to all the things they signed my name to. He brought death into our marriage by paying for these abortions. He didn't have to. He let death follow him from the desert in Jordan to here. He brings death to the people that are in his life. But because they see money first, they see a plan first, they don't realize that he didn't plan to plan around you. He targeted you because he knew he could plan around you. I am not a fool. I loved him with my heart open, the same way I do everyone, but also how I work. When I am placed in a job, it is because the people who are at that job need me. The universe has placed me there because something needs to be fixed. A solution needs to be present. A cure needs to be done. Their ancestors were watching them too. And they let me walk in their life and they pushed me out. I took my walking papers. I'll take these walking papers. Every day of the week, actually. So, I'm good. I'm all the way good. Be right back. All right, here I am. I'm back. So again, like I said, when I am in a place of peace, I bring wealth, I bring abundance. That's just what I do. It doesn't matter what it is. It could be something as small as this or something huge. Anything good, I can make it better. I was born with this gift. My family knew it. They hated me for it. So when I was 18 years old and I graduated high school, mind you, I'm my mom's fourth kid, but her first three kids didn't graduate high school at 18. I did. Uh, one of my younger sisters hasn't graduated at all, and one of my younger brothers and my younger brother hasn't either. They still haven't, and we're in our 30s and 40s. I have continued my path. I have lived my path. That is something they cannot take. They are so upset behind it. They are so upset that me, one person, they couldn't take me down. Why would my grandparents allow that? Just because it's y'all, the Fuckmans? The Fuckmans? I think not. We have the same ancestors. Who did y'all think y'all were? Y'all are drug addicts and y'all are alcoholics. And you've been nothing but a fraud ever since you was working at PLS Check-in Place. Back in the day, you were a fraud then, you a fraud now. So Jaffa got a baby that's probably 2 years old, right? And the girl keeps sending me pictures of the baby's feet and her face with these dreads. Girl, bye. Oh, what you need to? What do I need to see you for? Go ahead and pop up in Jaffa's shorts. Pop up in Jaffa's YouTube shorts. Girl, I don't care nothing about you and that baby. Again, you're not willing to face me. You're not willing to do anything. You are the coward. Coward. Not me. I am strong. And I'm powerful. And I don't think Sheba and her people were dogs. Y'all will follow, let me say this. Y'all will follow anyone into darkness as long as they look like they came from the light. The difference between me and you is I don't care if you're light or dark. I don't care if you are a liar or a thief. I don't care who you are. You could be president, you could be vice president, you could be in the 12th fucking inning. I don't care who you are. I care about me. Me. My whole life. You can't change that. I was rad back in the day. I'm rad now. Nothing gonna change that. Nothing. I don't have to lie. I don't have to prove nothing. Not going to. But like I said, this is all on record. And I have filed police reports for 7 months that Jaffa is a criminal. He stole my identity. He also allowed other people to come in here when he was on the road and he couldn't get certain documentation that he needed. He allowed them to come in my house when I was at work, steal information out of my computer room, use my laptop right here, this one, so that they could play games on my laptop and do more corrupt business. My neighbor next door, she was stealing my Wi-Fi because she was working with the girl up north. When I went to court on October 10th, that girl's picture, that light-skinned girl with the black lipstick, was the girl in the black Honda following me into the damn garage. The police know it. They do not care. This woman is a thief. She wear a lot of faces, not just faking mine. She wear a lot of faces. And not only that, she comes from my estranged side of the family, the side that they married into. See, it's the side that my estranged family married into. They are the ones that do this with all that strange hair color and them faded. What them bitches got fades over there? What a shame. And the other bitch work at a salon. She been a hairstylist for a long time, over 20 years. Hating all this time. Ooh, girl. Didn't you have cancer? And you still didn't learn your lesson back in the day? Not to fuck with people? You had cancer, and I guess you don't realize how you got sick. But you still sitting in your marriage. He made you sick. But that's a whole nother story. Them fuckmans know how to make a lot of people sick. So do a lot of people in Virginia. That's why I left and I never looked back. I left Virginia when I was 18, July 31st, 2001, it was. And I told my grandmother I had bought my ticket and I was gonna leave. That was the day. That day was her birthday. And she said, take care of yourself because you have you, I'll be here for you, but it's just me and you. Look forward into your path. That's it. And I've been that same person ever since. I'm not gonna change. My grandmother looked over me back then, Even when my mother wasn't looking over me, my grandmother did. To this day, she does. And to this day, my mother still plays her role. My mother couldn't tell you the last time she said something nice to me, the last time she complimented me. She can't. This is why in May, when that guy who was following me around in Bexley told me that there was a couple of things you need to know because your family knows that your husband is sleeping with your family members. They would never tell you. This man who was a stranger with little short dreads in his head, he was driving a silver Acura, an old school silver Acura. When he told me this, I was flatlined. Even more than the dirt that Jaffa had did, I was flatlined because it was something he said to me I couldn't deny. There was 2 separate conversations that I had with 2 different people in Virginia that he repeated to me. How? I didn't even have these conversations in my home or in my car. How did you know this? But he told me the truth, and he told me a couple of other things. This man was sent as an assassin to kill me, but he had been watching me and following me, and even admitted to me one time he was going to do it. When I parked at Green Lawn one day, there's a fire station down there on Green Lawn, and there's a little park there where people go fishing at. He told me that day he was supposed to do me in. Not weed. This is a cigar. And I was floored. He told me that everybody was against me, every person. Everybody I ever knew, all of them. That's what he said. At the traffic light on Alum Creek. I drove off, he drove off. I made a police report about what was said to me. I made a very long police report because there was no way that this man was lying. I don't know why he chose to stop that day. That doesn't matter to me. His job as an assassin was to do the job. Maybe he's had a couple of different breaks and where he didn't complete the job. Whatever changed his mind, it doesn't matter to me. I'm not scared of assassins or their information. But the shame of it is, I've had to deal with this like I was. That's the shame of it. I've had to take on all the weight of Jaffa's dirt from all these other women and these men he were dealing with. Like I was the villain, a good person. He could paint whatever picture he wanted. Jaffa could paint whatever picture he wanted because I live a simple life. I live within my means. There's not one extraordinary thing that I've done financially. There have been extraordinary things that I have done physically. In my lifetime, I've saved several people. I've stopped many accidents from happening. When I was a security officer, I chased a motherfucker that stole a girl's purse into a building and called the police. Back in 2005, 2004. I've never had a problem addressing an issue because it's not an issue when it comes to me directly. It's not an issue. I'll figure this shit out. I don't care how big it is. 5 minutes. So, when I figured out Jaffa and I figured out my family had stabbed me in the back, I blocked them. That was June 19th of this year. I blocked them. For what? All of our phone records and all of that show proof that we had no issues. None of us. So y'all did that because you wanted finally something to put me down about. You wanted something to laugh about. Oh, look at her sister, she fucking her husband. Look at her cousin, she fucking her husband. See, she ain't all that, they fucking her husband. Behind my back while I'm going to work. And that bitch ain't barely ever had a job. That bitch got fake LLCs. She is the type of woman that molds to the man that's in her life. So if she dated thug, she become a thug, a hood rat. She date a guy who got a little something, then she make it look like she a little something so that she can, get in. That's that charm from that Capricorn. That bullshit ass charm. With that Capricorn been married 4 times now. His current wife ain't even nobody he would ever dealt with in his past. Nobody he's never dealt with in his past. The bitch got a fade. She part of the overweight clown posse. So back in the 80s, when I was born, my dad was cheating on my mom. He was cheating on her, of course. My brother was born in 82, April 82. I was born in May of 83. The relationship they had, it was love. It was a pop. I was a child made of love. That's a guarantee. But there was mistakes that was made back then. That woman lost her husband and her 2 kids and had to deal with my father because she was disowned by her family, her white family. I'm paying the price for the mistake that my mother and my dad made, so they used their other child to get into my marriage and cause infiltration. Jaffa knew exactly who they were because when we got married, I put who my father was on my license, on my marriage license, because that's just the truth. Any passport, any shit I had associated in Ohio, it had his name on it. I told him exactly why I don't fuck with them. I opened his Facebook page within a week of us getting married, and I showed him this is who my family is on both sides. This is who I deal with. This is who I don't deal with. He already knew that that bitch had slept with 2 of my exes. But he didn't care because Jaffa had a wild side. A wild side. That motherfucker played his card. Y'all didn't get away with nothing. You definitely sabotaged me. That's an entire guarantee. You sabotaged me. You created conspiracy theories. These people at these stores have told me what y'all have said. Y'all are stupid. Y'all are stupid. They knew me before they knew y'all, and you don't know the favors that they've asked me for when it comes to jobs or housing or other things, and I've helped them. They told me what y'all did. Y'all said the police was after me. Look who the bad boys are now. Here comes Sheriff John Brown. Here comes Sheriff John Brown. Why would I touch that fool? It's been 8 months or more. Please. Talk to him for what? I don't got nothing to do with that. Them few times he showed up over here over the summer, he didn't have to. He shouldn't have. I've been asked to drop his name off this lease. But in Ohio, it takes 2. So he hated me, right? And discriminated against me, right? Because of Kemet. So he got with a couple of Christian women. Okay. Religion doesn't bother me. It bothers y'all. It bothers y'all. Who can go out for what? It's y'all. I know who y'all is. Oh my God. Who can go out for what? For y'all? I know who all of y'all are since the time y'all was born to now. Y'all ain't nobody. Y'all was somebody to the people y'all made money for, and the people who made money from y'all. That's who y'all are. You're felons, you're criminals, and you mold to the people that you are around. So when Jaffa sit his $5 ass down, the next round will come through. And then when y'all through with that $5 round, y'all other round will come through. That's how y'all can get by with them computers. That motherfucker crackhead, but he been good with computers for 30 years. A little bit more than that now. So the people in 2020, 2021 got some PPP loan or other loans and credit cards in my name. I've seen some things have been removed from my credit report. But it's interesting because these motherfuckers are still out of jail because they're white. And I'm not racist. I'm not saying that in a racist way. They're still out of jail because they're white. They were able to steal the black woman's information. Jaffa was able to treat me like a slave in the relationship. Our ancestors saw it. The wheel fell out the sky on fire. The wheel fell out the sky on fire and separated me from them. There ain't no more talking. I will never talk to none of them again. Again, my family, it's been 8 years for y'all. Didn't stop y'all from coming into my life, but I definitely don't enter yours in no way. I don't see y'all. I don't talk to y'all. Both my brothers been to jail. I haven't seen either one of them since they've been to jail. Now, when my other brother got out of jail, I think it was the middle of May 2020, and my dad said, hey, come over here. We're having a cookout. Come see us. We haven't seen you in years. Blah, 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 blah. I said no, because my communication with him was simply messages, not even a damn phone call. Imagine that. Why the fuck would I talk to him now? Especially because you helped them stab me in the back. And he been riding past my house too, and riding past me in a red SUV with tinted windows, with his OSU hoodie on, like this behind the steering wheel. You can't hide. Everybody see you. Everybody see y'all. Give it a fucking break. I don't care about Jaffa's family. What? The ones that's down in North Carolina, they thieves like him. They thieves like him. How many lies are y'all gonna keep on telling? Y'all some lying motherfuckers. I wouldn't dare do anything off the strength of y'all, off the power of y'all, off the lies of y'all. Not a damn thing. And that's one thing you fucking know about me, because I've been y'all's family for a long ass time. Estranged. Didn't change who I was. You already knew who the fuck I was. But that didn't stop y'all from harassing my jobs, harassing my neighbors, and doing that gang shit that y'all love to do. Ain't nothing gonna change. Ain't nothing gonna change. Not over here, it's not. What a shame. It wasn't worth it. But maybe it was to y'all, because y'all got by. Y'all got some people some jobs. Y'all got a couple fake family members to act like they was me. Mm-mm. You can't replace me. You can't fake me. You can't impersonate me. Maybe you can on some papers in front of a dummy, but not me for real. You ain't got it. How you gonna have it? And they said I was what?